Girl, that's bananas! Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us once again on the D-Star01 channel. We have a special host for you today.
Hey, how you doing, folks? This is Ron Hunt here. I've got myself a Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku and a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, both of the Bandai figurized models.
Yes, so we'll be looking at them today, both of us and both of them, and we're going to be looking at articulation, scale, paint and detail, the whole shebang. We'll be doing comparisons and whatnot. So, Ron, let's look at these. Boom. Oh, yes, they're already done. We were, well, he did. I didn't do anything. He just brought them along to the show.
Nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo. The work is already done for you.
It's already done. Exactly. I guess my question is, were these difficult, Ron?
Not at all difficult. Bandai and the figurized standard folks there have done an excellent job of creating a very straightforward and easy to follow instruction manual for putting together your two models.
The instruction manual right there for Vegeta. Let's see if we can get Goku going on here. So, Ron, did you like Dragon Ball GT?
I liked Dragon Ball GT in the sense that it was a continuation to the story from when I was younger. We got to see what was going on there. I understand that while it was a continuation of the story, it's not endorsed by Akira Toriyama. That it was really just a cash grab by Bandai and Toei Studios to keep the franchise moving, to keep money rolling in. And with the advent of Dragon Ball Super, these guys are obsolete.
So sad. But you can have them in plastic form, as you can see here.
This is an opportunity for, if you were unable to go to Walmart and snag it for $20 when it was on sale, the entire GT franchise, you could also settle for the $30-ish on Amazon. Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta figurized models.
All right, so let's look at the paint and detail. Who do you want to start with first, Ryan?
What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with Goku. Why? Because Vegeta deserves more attention than that darn Goku. So, looking at what we got here, I did not do any of the inking or the painting or anything to that effect of Goku. What I did was I just put them straight together out of the box using their stickers so you could see this thing in its purest form.
Right. Ron, did you want to put some detailing on it? If you were, what would you do?
Well, what I would look at doing is taking a little bit from the world of Warhammer 40K and taking a look at using inks. Some darker inks in here to accentuate the folds in the pants, maybe a little bit down here on the blues of the ankles there, on the tops of his shoes, maybe just a little bit there, again, of a darker color there on the chest to just make him pop a little bit there. Figurized did a really good job as far as building the faces there. I mean, it's a sticker for the mouth, but you can't really tell.
Wow, that's a sticker for the mouth?
That is a sticker, and that looks really solid.
Wow, that does. That looks really good. Honestly, I thought it was already painted like that. That's pretty nice. Okay, anything else you want to say during the building process?
The building process was really simple. Again, like I said, Figurized did a really good job of, even though you can see the Japanese everywhere on there, if you can tell what a picture looks like and you can figure out what A1 is, you should have no trouble putting this thing together.
I believe all the moldings and stuff, which, by the way, this is extra parts for the Goku. You can see there's numbers, and they're also associated with a letter, so you know exactly like C1, C4, all that stuff. Make it super easy to build. So if you guys are ever daunted in building one of these or buying one, you're like, oh, I don't want to mess it up. Let me just tell you right now, these are super easy. I believe your son made this, right?
Yes, my son actually put this one together. I put the Vegeta together because I like Vegeta more, and I wanted to give my son the B-list character Goku because I feel that Dragon Ball really needs to give Vegeta a chance to kill a main arc villain.
I agree.
Make it happen.
Seriously. Anyway, so we're done with the paint and detail. Let's go look at Vegeta here. Now, you said you built this one yourself. So
Vegeta is the one that I had put together myself. I took the time to make sure that I snipped everything as close to the sprue as possible. I wanted to ensure that he looked as clean as I could possibly get him there. See if I can't get a little final flash out of him on that, cool. The stance there. Now, the only problem that I've had with them, and we'll get to that a little later, is just how the shoulders look when you pull them away from the body for posing.
Right.
But if we were to get to our paint and detail, as you can see here, I did a very, I had it similar to the way the Goku was done there. I went with stickers instead of paint, just so you could get it in its purest form. Some of the stickers sit perfectly on the body, like the belt line. Some of them are a little off, like the toe of his boot. If you look at the toe there.
Let's look at that real close. Let's look at that toe. So you said you had problems with his toe, right?
Yeah, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's just a little off. Now, granted, it's a sticker and it's going onto an oddly shaped item, so you can understand why there'd be a little trouble making a sticker fit perfectly on something like that. That's where those of us who are more advanced model builders would definitely go with some sort of paint job to clean that up and give it the look that you'd want.
Mm-hmm. All right, so now let's look at both of them. Now, honestly, Ron, which one do you like better? Obviously, you like Vegeta, but in terms of like details and just overall design of the figure and character,
personally, I enjoy the Vegeta more again, just because there was a little bit more to him. If you look at his gloves, you look at his boots, you look at his pants, and I like his coloring overall. Vegeta has that nice red to him for his Saiyan 4 form, whereas Goku looks a little pink.
Yeah, a little too magenta.
Yeah.
Too T-Mobile, too lift colored.
Yeah, I'm not as big a fan of the coloring on that one. Goku and Vegeta are very similar as far as their bangs that come forward up and over their shoulders. Their chests are very similar as well. But if you look at the color scheme, when I'm looking at it now closer here, under analysis there, with Dexter's judging eyes on me, I can tell that Goku's pants are a little washed out. The color is a little light.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It looks like you're just going to... If you really want to perfect this Goku, I would also say, take out the paints. Let's finish him up. Because right off the bat, he does seem a little off. I think it's the pants and the pink for the sleeves here, whereas Vegeta looks really good just from what Ron did here. I like the red. I like the blue pants. It just looks nicer. And the grays also, the gray on his gloves and his boots are just nice. They give off that natural shadow, which almost you don't have to put. You almost don't have to put an extra layer of paint there to add more shadows. The shadows are pretty much already there due to the fact that those grays just give off a really nice shadow. Whereas Goku here, he's just so, I don't know what the word, basic? the colors just need to be spruced up.
I agree.
Honestly, that's my honest opinion. I mean, people could disagree, but what do you think, Ron?
I mean, when you look at him, yes, it's Saiyan 4 Goku, the pinnacle of power for GT, which is no longer canon. But when you look at the washed out pants and the magenta fur there, Dexter hit that one on the head, the magenta fur, not as big a fan.
Yeah. Not
as big a fan there. I mean, the manual there makes him look great, but there's shadowing and things like that, and it's an illustration.
Mm-hmm. As it should be. Okay, so let's look at articulation. They're pretty much the same. Ron, will you do with the honors, please?
Let's go ahead and move Goku on out of the way again, because Vegeta is the star of this show. Now, just for the record, these guys all have similar parts, similar articulation there. I really don't see any difference. I believe the major difference would be that Goku actually has the double joint in the knees. But other than that, we've got our swivel ball joint there here on the feet. We've got the knee there. Again, it's not double jointed. Goku's is going to be double jointed there. We've got a good can hip there for Vegeta there.
Oh, I really like how those the hip movement is. Can you make him kick again?
Oh yeah.
It looks like there's like this triple, kind of like a double joint there. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, we've got a good side to side and front and back on that one.
Very nice.
The body, of course, it's segmented there at the abdomen as well as at the waist.
We have 2, right?
Yes, we've only got the 2 there. No six-pack on these apes, but it's okay. On the shoulder there, we do have that butterfly joint that comes out forward and backward. But like I said initially, my only complaint is how cheesy that shoulder looks when you have to bring it out. So if he's got to bring his arm up for whatever reason to hold Goku's heart as he decides to feast upon it and steal his energy, you're going to see this weird armpit. We've got a double, I wouldn't say double, but we have like a extended joint there for the elbows there.
Okay.
So we can bring his arm up that way, or for whatever reason, give him some extra reach.
Cool.
And then we've got the joint there at the wrist. Looking at the neck, we've got the swivel on the neck where it joins the torso, as well as for the head itself. And then we've got our tail, which doesn't do a whole lot.
Ooh.
And
his mullet goes away too, huh?
in Vegeta's advanced age, he is starting to lose his hair. But we'll get that fixed in just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and move him out of the way while I fix that and have you guys look at the B-list character, Goku.
So while he works with that, I'm just going to show you real quick articulations here. We have an up and down at the ankle. Looks like we have we have a swivel here for the upper part. Maybe that's what is this? What is this?
Shin area, I guess.
Yeah,
the top of his boot.
The shin there. We do have a double joint there. Really nice side kick. Man, I really love these joints on these models. Lots of movement on the leg. 2 joints here at the midsection. We have pull out. Yes, we have somewhat of a pull out for the shoulder. We have bicep swivel, double joint elbow, ball joint here at the arm, and we have 2 joints at the neck. And is the hair articulated?
No, not exactly. No. It's a solid. They use a lot of Aquanet there, and it keeps it in place. It does not move unless it falls off.
And it looks like we have a ball joint there for the tail. Looks like to maybe 20, 21, 22 points of articulation if I were to take a shot in the dark. Definitely above 20. So overall, most of them look really good in terms of how you move them. All right, so while I get the other figures to compare, let's go into articulation and scale. I'll get that ruler, and let's see how tall each one of them are.
Alrighty. So if I were to go ahead and remove Vegeta there from that final flash, which is his move, we're going to go ahead and stand him up kind of straight there, kind of an odd-looking, wonky style. But from the ground to the top of his hair, we are just shy of 7 inches.
Those are definitely, maybe, they're not 1/12 scale, that's for sure, which we'll see later.
Okay, so, Goku? And now we're going to go with Goku. We're going to do something similar. We're going to stand him more or less straight up as well, give him an opportunity to stand up tall there and not develop a hunch. And we're going to move this on over here. Now, we can't quite see it.
We're a little bit above.
Just a little bit above there. As you can see, the tips of Goku's hair are just beyond the camera range there, but we are a little bit beyond 7, so I'd go 7 1/4.
Cool. All right, and of course, we got to compare it to other action figures. We have SH Figure Arts God Goku there, Super Saiyan God Goku with the red hair. And then we have Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And that's how they compare. Obviously, the figurized figures will be slightly bigger. And just because we always got to include everyone's favorite line, Marvel Legends, and we have a movie Spider-Man there. And he looks actually, maybe he is to scale with them. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, like you were saying, the figure eyes are going to be slightly smaller. Well, I'm sorry, not the figure eyes. The SH Figure Arts are going to be slightly smaller. The figure eyes are a little bit bigger because we are putting these things together. So you've got to allow room for folks with meaty mitts to put them together. Yeah. The Spider-Man there, like you said, the movie Spider-Man, it's more of a standardized size for everybody because everyone loves Marvel Legends. They're readily available, so that's generally where folks begin their collecting. It's not too bad as far as size goes.
But we do have here a Mezco Punisher knockoff bootleg. Looks like he fits a little bit better. No? What do you think?
I like him there, especially because of that sweater. The sweater looks really sound. Mm-hmm. I would say it looks a lot closer to the actual height of everybody there.
Right.
Although in my own mind, I have always seen Frank Castle as a larger, towering figure, whereas Goku is...
Yeah, he would be shorter.
He would be a little bit shorter, and that would put Vegeta on darn near dwarf status.
Okay, so now that we've gone over articulation and scale, let's talk about the accessories here. Ron would be a guest.
Alrighty. So what we're going to do here is everything's hiding here in a Ziploc bag because I did not want things to get away from us here. And so what we've got, well, I ran into a bit of a snafu here because if you noticed, Vegeta's hands are not the same hands as Goku's. They were not set up in the fist configuration because my son and I were fighting with these things not that long ago. So as I'm putting some stuff back together here, we will continue forward. What Vegeta has with him, though, is he's got himself a nice green final flash there with a stand. Now,
does the stand, how come it's not, like maybe it just needs to be...
It just needs to be tilted a little bit there to carry the weight of the final flash. Well, it's not final flash, that would be final shine. But it's a little off balance there because it just comes with this little base. Now the base itself, though, it does split apart. So you can raise it or lower it accordingly. So that's kind of neat there. So if you've got to have Vegeta decide to kill Goku up high or up low, you've got plenty of room to work with. So that's one of the bits that he comes with. He also decides to come with, I'll move that one on out of the way for now, a lovely green ball of him charging.
Oh,
now,
that's pretty cool.
It's a full three-dimensional ball there. It's not hiding. It's not a trick or anything like that to where you think he's got a ball. No, it is a full-on ball there. He would be able to hold into his hands if we moved them into the right position.
Okay.
And then
what else do we got?
I've got a couple of hands here, and it looks like, oh, nope, they are all there. I was worried my son had lost one there. What we've got, of course,
closed fist.
The closed fist, which everybody loves. You can't punch somebody without the fist. And then we have
the pointing finger.
The pointing finger for
oh, that's pretty cool.
The fusion dance. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is not a Saiyan 4 Gogeta figure available, but I would think they're setting up for something to that effect with the pointing finger.
Weird, yeah. Yeah, they do do the stance. If you look in the manual, they are featuring it prominently right here. So eventually they'll probably come out with one. We'll see.
And the last accessory that comes with Vegeta, of course, is going to be the face. Now, Figure Eyes did a really cool job with these faces because...
Let's look deeper into that one, yeah?
From the back here, everything is actually built on this face. You've got the flesh, you have the red along the edge of the eyes, the whites of the eyes, and the pupils. You actually have to put all that together for the figure. It's actually a really neat bit there. Sorry, I was out of screen, but we are good now. There we go. You just have to pop off that face and put the other one on, and now you've got this cocky smirk that Vegeta would be known for.
Very cool, very cool. All right, so now that we're done with Vegeta, let's look at Goku. Now, one thing I have to tell you guys is that this is probably the same one that you get with Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, in terms of the Kamehameha beam, and I absolutely hate this. It's so tiny and thin. Okay, now let's look at this effect piece that's homemade right here. That's a Kamehameha beam. Well, look at this. It's tiny. Ugh. It does not look powerful at all. So, but nonetheless, you get one, which nowadays we don't even get effects with SA Trigger Arts. So let's talk about that, Ron.
Okay, so like Dexter was saying here, you get a slightly smaller Kamehameha wave there. It definitely doesn't compare to a larger homemade version or others that you're able to get online, but the fact that one got thrown in anyway is definitely a plus. For folks who are just getting into the hobby of collecting, this is a great little effect to have for the sake of having an effect instead of having him just pose there with nothing going on. Along those lines too, we've got a similar thing to Vegeta there.
Clearly Vegeta's is much bigger and better.
You bet your bottom dollar Vegeta's is bigger and better there. But we've got a little blue charging ball there for Goku as well. Now, as you can see on Vegeta, Vegeta's already got the hands ready for a charging attack. So Goku, of course, has to have something similar there in order to allow him to do his Kamehameha wave. So with Goku there, we've got a set of Kamehameha hands.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Very cool.
And they're also there to touch Vegeta's beautiful bottom. Okay. We also have the instant transmission fingers or proctology exam fingers. Either of those are perfectly acceptable. These are your figures if you buy them. What you do with them, we won't judge.
Yeah, we won't judge you.
All right. And of course,
the pointing fingers.
The pointing fingers for the fusion.
Dance.
I'm really hoping somehow, some way we do get a Gogeta there. That would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Because I would like to see how the jackets on the Fusion Dance figures translate
True that,
into the model kit.
Well, we'll have to see. Hopefully this year we'll be getting some. But for now, I know next we're probably going to see a Brawly. But I've not seen it in the upcoming release. But we'll see. We'll see.
All right. And then over here, just like Vegeta, we've got a face as well. Similar build. You've got that smirk, that cocky smirk that the Saiyans get because they are the ultimate warriors in the universe there. Not the Jim Hellwig ultimate warriors, but they are ready to fight. Similar, though, to just like Vegeta's there, you do have to put everything together on this one. So you got to put together the whites of the eyes, the pupils, and the red mascara bits along the outside. Wonderful little bits of detail that these folks have put into these models for you.
All right. So in conclusion, Ron, definitely a buy, maybe buy, don't buy. It's probably not a don't buy.
I would definitely not say this is a don't buy. This is worth it if you're a collector of Dragon Ball figures. It's also a really cool figure if you're just into building models, but you don't want to go full on into the Gundams.
Right. These are very beginner based, and they still look fantastic, as you can see here. So if you're thinking that they would be difficult, like I said before, no, these are not difficult at all, and they look good. The end product is pretty awesome, I'd have to say. And if you want to go the next level, you can paint these. These would not be very hard at all. So that is something you might want to consider in the future.
Yeah,
all right.
A little bit of ink, a little bit of paint can definitely take these guys to next level display case type figures.
Right, indeed. So I say they're definitely worth the buy, especially for the price. What are these at? Like 30?
They're about $30. I believe I bought Goku on Amazon there for $30.
Wow.
I happened to spot Vegeta at a local Barnes & Noble for $35.
Okay.
Might have been a little more expensive, but
they are cheaper than SH Figure Arts.
That is a guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, guys. We both think you guys should buy these. If you ever see them or if you're just thinking about them, by all means, pull the trigger on them. They are fantastic models. Anything else you want to say, Ron?
And if you're wondering where's the beef, right there. Not there. Right there.
Sorry, Goku. Anyway.
He's a better father.
He is. Anyway, that's all the time that we have for today. Thanks for sticking around and watching this unboxing of Super Saiyan 4, Vegeta and Goku from Dragon Ball GT.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have yourselves a great year.
And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.
One, two, three. Fruit flies like... Fruit flies... Go. Time flies like an arrow.
Fruit flies like a banana.
What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us once again on the D-Star01 channel. We have a new host today. Hi.
Oh.
Hello.
I'm like, are we recording already?
Ron, these are yours.
I'm like, oh, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna
so
tell
blah
you
blah
guys.
blah. Okay,
Right.
so bang bang, and then you do your
I
bit.
kind of wanted to keep that, but that's okay. All right, so here we go. 3,